Okay, so today I want to talk about anger as it relates to tension in your body. So, most of you, and I know for myself, I say, okay, I feel all these different emotions, but I'm not an angry person, right? I've never felt like an angry person. Now, some of you may feel like an angry person, but some of you may not feel like an angry person, and that doesn't mean you're not angry. So, I'd ask you to think about these questions and say, are you angry, first of all, that you have this condition? Are you angry that your life has been destroyed? Are you angry that you have to suffer? Are you angry that people don't understand? Are you angry that you've been abandoned by family and friends that you thought that you could trust? Are you angry because you have to hide your illness and carry on and pretend like everything's normal when it's not? Are you angry at life? Are you angry at God? Are you angry at spirits? Um, Anybody out there, life, fate, the universe? Are you angry at a person who's done something to you to wrong you? Are you angry that somebody hasn't done something who you love, who you thought should step in and save you or protect you? And then are you just angry in general? And the way that you can tell if you're just angry in general, even if you don't feel angry, do you snap at people easily? Do you criticize them? Do you end up feeling regret often for talking a certain way to somebody and wishing that you hadn't? For being too hard on your children or your loved ones or your mom or dad or your husband, right? The people closest to you. Do you criticize them, complain at them, make them feel bad for not doing enough? Do you use guilt or any way to get them to do things? Do you feel, angry that you are doing too much for them? Do you feel resentful in any way? Do you feel hurt by these people? Do you feel like you are not being a good wife, mother, daughter, friend by the way that you are short or irritable or frustrated or at these people? And is this sort of a constant overwhelming feeling? Do you get up in the morning and the morning doesn't go well with your family and you are snappish or you are judgmental or you're critical? And then does dinner not go well when you all see each other again and you're snappish or judgmental or critical or whatever? These are all signs that you're angry inside, that you have a lot of anger and you have a lot of rage. And it's not to say, even if you don't realize you have all this rage or you don't feel angry, these behaviors or these things that I just went through, any of these things would indicate that you actually do have a lot of internal anger, internal rage, internal frustration, right? All of these internal feelings that are very, fueled by deep-seated anger and rage, and they cause the body a lot of tension. Okay, just feeling that, burying that, expressing that, whatever that is, and letting it sit inside you and fester, you just develop certain habits. You are either critical or frustrated, or you focus on other things, or you keep your mind busy, or you do these things, or you let people walk all over you, or you just bury it and you hide and you don't say anything. You act like everything's fine, or maybe you blow up and then regret it. However you choose to react in these situations is causing you a lot of inner tension, and this tension is causing you a lot of physical pain, because physical pain comes from tension, and the tension arises from your mind, and it is a symptom of anger, and you are not expressing it or allowing yourself to feel the deeper seated anger that you have in these situations, that you don't like your life, or you don't want to be a wife, or you wish you weren't a mother, or you blame certain people, or you're upset with people, or you wish you could tell them this and you can't, or you want somebody to pay for their sins, but you don't want to think that, right? It's all of these ways of burying your feelings deep inside you, of learning to cope with them, learning to live with them, finding a way to deal with them that doesn't completely shatter your image or your view or your world, but it causes tension, inner tension, and that inner tension causes pain, and that pain is felt by you and your body, your muscles, your joints, your head. If you have a lot of neck tension, back tension, eye pressure, headaches, pain syndromes, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, these types of conditions, you're definitely feeling repressed emotions. And one of the emotions is definitely anger and sadness, both of them. But we're focusing on anger today. So some of the things that you need to do is start to get in touch with that anger. Allow yourself to feel it. Now, you don't want to be snapping, because that causes more frustration and regret and anger at yourself going forward. So what you want to do is you want to acknowledge your anger. You want to express it in calm ways, like instead of just being angry at somebody for something that doesn't go your way and snapping, taking a breath, going inside, finding out the deeper reason why you're upset, and just expressing that. Like, hey, it bothers me when you do this because I feel like you don't care, or you don't love me, or that you're not willing to help, or whatever it is that's deeper inside you, instead of just snapping, never saying the real issue, and carrying on with your day. So if you have a lot of neck tension, headaches, all these things, you're definitely dealing with repressed anger and rage and feelings, and that haven't come to the surface, that you haven't talked about your true feelings on the matter, that you feel like you maybe can't express because you don't want to hurt someone, or you can't express because you're afraid of what the fallout may be with that person, because it may mean you have to leave a certain person, because it may change your relationship or the dynamics of it. These are the types of things that you have to think about, right? Looking at the deeper issue might mean you have to quit your job, change jobs, move houses. It may mean anything big, or it may mean small, little things that you have to deal with, right? So I'm not saying all of these are earth-shattering, huge things that are going to change your life for the worse, but you're afraid that they might. You're afraid that they might make things even worse than they are right now by expressing, the real feelings behind the anger that you're burying, right? And what that means. And maybe it's just wrong to have anger in society. Maybe it's wrong to express that. Maybe you've been taught to be a good person, a good girl. Maybe you want to be kind. Maybe you want to put a certain face out to the world, and you want to have a certain image, and expressing some of the darker things inside of you will shatter that for other people. You may be judged. You may not be accepted anymore. You may not be loved, right? These feelings are real, and those are really the deeper issues of what's going on that you have to try to face, because not facing them is causing you physical tension, and that physical tension is causing you physical, real pain in your body. It's real, and it's painful. And in order to sort of break the cycle of pain, you must face your emotional baggage, your emotional pains and angers, and start to express them, explore them, journal them, talk about them, see a therapist about them, let them go, yell, scream, whatever it takes. You need to get them out of your body. You need to purge them out so that the pain doesn't linger and keep causing you tension on a daily basis. It may not be huge things. It may not be things from your past. It may just be current little things that bother you every day, that mean a certain thing to you, that bother you at a deep level because you don't really like your life, or you're not happy with where you're at, or you don't feel loved, or you don't feel appreciated, or you don't feel respected, or you don't feel cared about. These are all the reasons why we keep tension, building tension in our body, and this creates physical pain. So just wanted to talk about anger, pain, and tension and how they all relate. And if you resonate with any of this, then you need to start doing some emotional work and trying to purge the deeper anger, the feelings towards this, doing some self-exploration, and really trying to decrease tension in your body that is continually fueled by your thoughts and your reactions in your life, right? And that's where the tense muscles come from, the tense nerve comes from, and that's where the whole thing spirals and spikes and keeps you in this tense sort of energy, chronic pain syndrome. So hopefully, this makes some sense to you, and you can see that you actually need to start changing how you live on a daily basis and trying to explore the reasons why you react how you do, why you feel the way you do, and exploring them deeply so that you can then turn around and let them go. So I hope this helped, and give that a try.